guys, I'm going to give you a quick flip through of my homeschool planner, the way that I'm setting it up. I'm also going to be showing you in a separate video the way that I plan on kind of a daily basis. This is more big picture planning. So this is actually my collection insert. I bullet journal in a traveler's notebook. So this is all my collections. Luckily, I've just started it, so I was able to organize all the homeschool stuff in the beginning. So I have my special dates. This is my index here. So you'll see right now it's mostly homeschool related, but all you do when you're setting up an index is just a really easy way of finding the different collections or ideas or pictures, whatever you're collecting. In this case, generally ideas or information into one place. And for example, my reading log, you're going to see it's not very big. I could do it on a different page too, a different page, and I can write at other pages that I have reading logs on as well. So it's a great way just to organize your information. So I start off with my own cleaning schedule, and then I have my kids' chores chart. So I haven't filled this in yet, but each of them are going to have their chores. And at the bottom, I also have a section for hire. These are ones that I will pay them for if they are wanting to earn some money. This is going to be a page for different homeschool quotes that I want to hand letter. So it's actually just going to be a list form. It's not going to be pretty. On this side here, we are implementing a morning basket. So these are the different books that are currently in my morning basket, the ones that have titles on them, and you'll see there's lots of blank ones. That's for me to add different titles and books to it as we go, because it's always rotating. So this is our morning basket, and that's just my spread to brainstorm ideas of what we want to put in it. This one I put a little bit of washi on the side, and this is our website tracker. So I put the URL here, the usernames, passwords, and cost of the subscription or whatever it is that we're using to log into. All right, on this page, this is our homeschool routine, and this was pretty important for me to just visualize. It's not necessarily your entire day. It isn't what I do for every hour of the day. It's just the school routine. So I guess generally the kids. So I stopped it at 4 o'clock because there's no need to track homeschooling after 4 o'clock. So this is just where I'm keeping track of that. On this page, so you'll see in the morning, I have a morning loop time and I have an afternoon loop time. So this is my morning loop and this is my afternoon loop. And if you do not know what looping is, pay attention to the link that I'm going to put in the description below. I will link to some different posts I've done about looping, but essentially, rather than saying, okay, I'm going to do art and I'm going to do history and I'm going to do geography and psychology, I can't possibly do those every day. So then I could say Mondays I do art and Tuesdays, but what if we're busy every Monday for a month? So this way I can just, on that day, whatever we did last, we're going to do the next thing. So it's a way of fitting in some of those other things, making sure I'm covering all my bases, even if it means we're only doing it once every 2 weeks, right? Dictation, printing, environmental science, learning about weather, Spanish, typing. It's just things that we're going to make sure we fit in eventually. So on this page, I used a little bit of fun washi, and I'm going to be putting addresses. I didn't want to do that before I showed you guys, but these are going to be pen pals. So this is just addresses for people. I'm going to try to, with our language arts, have the kids writing a letter to somebody at least, once a week, once every couple weeks, whatever. I'll put it on the rotation. So these will be the addresses, and I'm going to actually let them access this, and they can write the address on the envelope, and I don't have to be looking it up every single time. This side is just a reading log. Like I said, I'm not a time waster. I like really simple stuff that's very efficient. So for me, I could have made one for each of my kids. My son is probably going to fill this whole thing up very quickly. However, I just wanted it simple. So I'll put any kid on here, book and the date. And like I said, I can add more reading logs throughout here once this fills up, and just link it in the front. So this one was a fun one to put together. This is the I'll Find Out collection. And this is where I'm just going to put questions the kids ask that I have absolutely no idea. How often does that happen to us where, the kids ask us a question and it's like, I don't know. As homeschool parents, I want to use that to bounce off of and do lessons off of. It's obviously something my kids are interested in, so I'm just going to make a list of questions they're asking so that I can do lessons out of that, do some research, find, in all the curriculum books I have, find something that teaches about it and bounce off that, use it. On this side, I wanted to track my failures. the things that aren't working, the things that are frustrating, the things that, curriculum that isn't working, schedules that aren't working, whatever, because those are all opportunities to grow. Notice how the word grows, haha, yeah, I'm corny like that. So it's just opportunities to grow in my homeschool, and I want to keep track of those because then I can also keep track of what is working and our successes. So this is pencil. You're going to notice it's very light. I'm not sure if I want to, I think I'm going to wait till the whole page is filled before I color it in because I really want to personalize this to each child. What we're going to be doing, this, I'm like I said, this isn't my daily planning. This is going to be like a monthly assess page. And on these pages, one for each child, so you'll notice I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on these pages, we are going to start implementing one night a week where the kids are allowed, one of the children is allowed to stay up. It's going to be their special night. And I'm going to also link to the description below, but I'm going to be writing a post about that and explaining. But after we spend this special time with that child and whatever, play a game with them or talk with them or read a book with them or do art, whatever they decide they want to do, and they go to bed, we're going to spend some time in that evening talking about that child and praying for that child and talking about strengths we see in them and things we want to encourage and facilitate more of, as well as weaknesses, things that we really want to work on in their character. Okay, we notice they're struggling with lying. How can we help them on that? And just my husband and I taking the time to assess and each individual child, because it's just so easy to try to talk about them as a whole, and I think each child needs that. So this is just going to be our page, and it'll be homeschool stuff as well. What curriculum is working? What have they learned? What are they struggling with? It's just an assess page for each child that I want to keep adding to. So I kept that one in pencil. On this side, I combined, my last one I had a separate page for these, but this is field trip ideas. These are general ideas that I'm going to be keeping track of, a little bit of washing on the side. This one was a lot of fun and a lot of work, as you can obviously tell. This, I'm going to move it up a little so you can see on the bottom I have a key. This is just color-coded for math, language arts, science. So you notice there's 2 language arts, there's 2 social studies. Move it back up a little. Okay, so this is my curriculum map. So for each child that's doing school right now, I didn't count my 3-year-olds, what they're doing for language arts, what they're doing for social studies, what they're doing for science. This is Bible, art. So some of them they're doing all together, and some of them are still in the works. Some of them I'm still kind of working out. This is kind of grammar reading. So this is just a place for me to see at a glance, because it's color-coded, it's really fast. What I'm using, what I need, that kind of thing. And this is my last page I have so far in my collection, homeschool collection notebook. This is my supplies list. So, you know, just it's really simple. I'm just going to keep a very simple list of what I need. So there you have it. This is my homeschool planner, I guess, but the big picture planner. And stay tuned for another video where I'm going to show you how simple it is for daily planning, because I really don't plan in. I can tell you right now, I don't plan every single lesson, every single page on which day, because I'm a perfectionist, and that doesn't work for me, because then I don't do it and I feel like a failure. So I do something really, really simple, and it's just same idea of just kind of goals for each child, and I include them in the planning. So stay tuned for another video on that one, but this gives you an idea of the big picture and how I plan and organize it. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I would love for you to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.